Oh, friends, hello. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Elizabeth, and this is The Joyful Sojourn, a community of people that love stationery and planning and doing things creatively on paper. And if that sounds like your kind of community, I hope you'll consider subscribing to my channel. We are still working through my planner lookbook series for 2026. That is a series of videos where I'm flipping through planners and reviewing them for you, hopefully helping you make a decision on what planner or planners will be for you in 2026. Today we're talking about Lights Planner Action, which I wanted to have in my lookbook series. And truth be told, was a little intimidating for me because Bess has so many options. So if you are looking for really any kind of layout, if you're looking for it in bright white paper or blackout paper, if you're looking for memory keeping sheets, if you're looking for creative play sheets, journaling pages, if you are a TN person, if you plan in rings or discs, if you prefer a coil, if you like things printed or you'd rather have a printable, she does everything. And I was trying to figure out, okay, well, how do I show Lights Planner Action? We'll just say LPA, just for the rest of this video. How do I show LPA in a planner lookbook video when I can't buy hundreds of planners from her? Although that would be awesome. I wish I had that much money to shop small and to buy all the things. But I thought my best route was to find the layout that she has that actually rotates every week and the layout changes. And so that is what I grabbed. And I didn't realize that although I picked HP Classic, I don't think I realized it's not punched. So you do need to ask for it punched if you want it punched, or maybe she doesn't punch them at all. I don't know. I will add this information in the description box, or if she happens to watch this video, maybe she can leave a comment that I can pin about punched versus unpunched. So I went with the HP Classic size. And I know a lot of people are discbound users, so I thought I'd go with that with the inserts. And this way I can show you as many layouts as possible. I don't have the names of all of them, but maybe what I can do is copy and paste information from her website in the description box, because as we're flipping through this, you might see a layout that you really like, and I want to make sure that you can find it and shop LPA if you are able to. So 3 different things to look at, but first let's take a look at the journaling card in the box. I really love her aesthetic. I love the Bujo style, but the structure of planning and the doodles are super cute. And on the back, she talks about the different sizes available, which is really, really handy. So if you want to learn more about the sizes, you can screenshot this, or of course, check out her website, Lights Planner Action. So I got the weekly medley in 2 different versions, white paper and blackout paper, because I thought some folks might want to see what it looks like on blackout paper. So I also picked up the Queen Bee. Let's look at the Queen Bee first. The Queen Bee is a monthly planner, and I love monthly planners. So I basically was like, yes, let's just go ahead and get a monthly planner. Again, it's not punched, but picture this as being a Happy Planner Classic disc bound planner. So here is our cover. And we start with I'm going to zoom in here a little bit, the yearly calendar. Let me make sure I have this in. Yeah, Queen Bee Monthly. It's dated. And I chose the dot grid split, meaning I wanted dot grid pages to split between each month, just so I would have additional notes pages. So that is what I have here, the Queen Bee Monthly dated, and it's got the dot grid split. And this was $16, which I think is a very reasonable price for a monthly planner. You just need to punch it. So we have our yearly calendar with our dates and lines down at the bottom. There aren't the days of the week up here. And I don't know if I picked a Monday start or a Sunday start, or if I even had that selection. I'll have to go back and add notes in the description box for that. So I have no idea if this was a Monday. I guess we can find out here. Sunday start. So this is going to be a Sunday start, but she does not print the days of the week at the top, which could confuse you. It definitely confuses me, but aesthetically it looks pretty. It just might confuse you if you don't have those on your on your printouts. So yearly calendar for 2026. We flip the page and we have our January monthly. I love this. I love the font. It's like a typewriter font. I love all of the caps. You have the exiting month's dates in gray and then a nice solid black for the rest of the dates and a nice long notes section. What I really appreciate about this layout is that the whole thing has dot grid on it. So if you're someone like me that writes super crooked, I've got plenty of structure here to like follow the dots. And same thing with the notes section. It is dot grid and it's a really nice light gray dot grid. And so, you know, it doesn't catch the eye too much. It's not distracting, but it's enough to give you some lines to follow. I also really like that the monthly is structured and like framed out. It just looks really crisp and easy to read, which is incredibly important in a planner. So you have your monthly spread. Now, if you didn't choose the dot grid split, you probably would just go directly into your next month, but I chose the dot grid split. So I have dot grid pages between each of my layouts. So here is February and my dot grid split, March, dot grid split. And so if you are someone that likes to build your own custom planner and you're a a disc bound person, you can get your inserts from Lights Planner Action. The paper is a 32 pound paper or a 120 GSM paper, and it is ultra smooth. So I would consider this similar to plum paper. As far as the slip goes to it, it is a nice white color as well. Nice, like crisp, bright white. And let me see, I think that's pretty much everything. We'll get to the end with December and our dot grid split. And then at the very back, we have our future dates. So you can use it as a future log, or you could use it as a currently. You could do memory keeping on this as well and just change out the labels up at the top, but you've got nice lined spots for each month of the year. So I like that. I like that it doesn't say 2027 on it. You really can use this however you want. The other thing I want to point out about the monthlies is there are no holidays on it. If you've watched any of my lookbook videos, in every flip through, I make a comment on holidays. I don't know what it is. They just take up so much space on a monthly, and there's like a holiday for everything at this point. So I'd rather have 0 holidays and add in the ones I'm observing or I want to remember. And so this layout, this is the Queen Bee monthly, dated for 2026, printed in the HP Classic size. It has no holidays on it. It is nice and neutral. So if you are looking for a printed insert for your planner, look at Lights Planner Action. She has so many layouts, friends. So if you want a slightly different aesthetic with your monthly, she's probably got it. I just went with something that was super simple, and I wanted to make sure you saw what a monthly layout looked like before we get into our weeklies. But again, she's got all kinds of different layouts available, and if you're someone that likes to print your own inserts, you can do that as well. Maybe save a little bit on shipping, or I don't know if there's a printing cost to it, but you can do printables as well if you would prefer that. So this was the Queen Bee monthly. Let's take a look at the white paper version of, this is called the Robin Weekly, but it also says Weekly Medley. So I think on the website, I looked for the Robin Weekly. I got it printed in the Happy Planner Classic, and this is undated. So you can bebop around however you want. And the cool thing about this one, this Weekly Medley, is the layout is going to change every week. So if you are someone that gets planner fatigue and you get, you get bored in your planner, and instead of changing your planner every week or every few months, you could get inserts from LPA that change every week on their own. So let's take a look at this first week, and we'll flip through the whole thing. So this is a vertical layout, very Bujo style, doodle friendly. We've got a this week column, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, all across the top. We have a to-do section, we have a note section, and then we have a grid section. So very simple, very clean for vertical planners. There's no structure in here, which I think would be hard for me using in a planner like ongoing, like for months and months, because like I said, I write crooked. So I like that I can try this layout for a week, see how I feel about it, and then you can always just turn the page. And we turn the page to a super clean, neutral, horizontal spread. Super basic. We have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, spots for adding your dates, and a big open note section at the top. Again, there's no structure as far as dot grid or graph grid or lines here, which is a distraction, not a distraction, difficult for me because I write crooked. But I did have a comment from someone on a video recently that said they prefer this. They prefer less structure on a horizontal. So whoever said that, you might really like this one from LPA. Turn the page. We have another vertical layout. This one is very much up my alley because we have graph grid on each column. We have an open column here that's totally blank. I can label this whatever I want. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, full length. If you wanted to turn this into an hourly layout, you could certainly do that. And if you wanted to, I love the headers up at the top. I think the font is really pretty, but if you wanted to change it up, you could easily add some days of the week up at the top. And you have just a really good, we are crooked, guys, really good quality paper in a fun new layout for this week. So there is another vertical option. Ooh, okay, so now we're really changing things up in week number, what, 4? We have a, oh, what is this? It's kind of like dashboard meets like Hobonichi weeks style. So we've got our days of the week in the center: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, dot grid in each of the days. And then we have goals, notes, a big to-do list. We have a shop banner, and we even have habit trackers down here with little flourishes all around, little florals. You can add your week number right here, or the date right here. And if you want to like color in and like doodle and stuff, you've got so much room to do that here. Color in your banners if you want to, color in your flowers. And it's just kind of a fun, going from this to this could be like just that, I don't know, extra push that you need to get through your planner. If you're really struggling, it's like, ooh, what design do I get to work with next week? I don't know. Let's find out. Super clean, lined vertical. I love this layout. We have Monday through Sunday up at the top, little boxes for adding your dates. We have a nice strong banner up here that you could color in. You could throw washi down. You could write something all the way across the top. Long full length notes section, a to-do section, a note section, and then over on this side, dot grid, which you could doodle. You could do some stickering, do a little scene down here, and you've got plenty of functionality up at the top, and then maybe like room to play down here. Isn't that cool, going from something kind of bujo-y, floral, doodly to a lined vertical? I just think it's so cool. And I hope you can see why I opted to show this this layout above really all of the other ones in her shop, because we can see so many different styles that she offers. So this next week is a flipped Hobonichi Weeks style, or as she says on the website, Fobonichi. So we have a graph grid page on the left side for a dashboard. You can format this however you want. And then you have your days of the week horizontally: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. You've got a space to write in your days, and you got graph grid with a little bit of structure here for your days of the week. I love that. Very clean, very simple. You can make this whatever you want it to be. Whatever headers you need, whatever things you need to track, you've got plenty of room to play here. The next layout is a vertical. And did we see this one already? Let's go back. Let's go back. Was this the first one? Or it's the same as this one here, but without the graph grid. So if you just like a blank vertical and to add your own boxes, you can certainly do that. I'm willing to bet that these are going to be, oh yeah, 1.5 inches. Bess knows that a lot of planner people are sticker people, And so these vertical columns are 1.5 inches, which is pretty darn standard for sticker boxes, box stickers, sticker boxes. Yeah, box stickers. You can say it either way. So if you are someone that is using stickers from a small shop, you can trust that the 1.5 inch standard size, whether it's Planner Kate or Mojo Jojo Plans, these are going to fit perfectly in the vertical boxes. So we have a very Boo Joey spread for the next one. We haven't seen any repeat weeks yet. So we've got nice big boxes here. This is almost, it's like a quad layout. We don't have lines in each of our boxes, but we have really pretty florals that we can color in. So we have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I appreciate that the first half of the week is on one page, the second half is on the other. So as you're flipping through your planner, you can fold your planner up, you know, on itself and see your Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday on one side and then your weekend on the other side. Nice open box here for your notes and to-dos. Very pretty if you are just wanting to doodle a little bit, kind of color in, and then you can create your own structure with like little bullets or bullet pens, and it's nice and clean. So this is a grid layout, vertical grid layout that to me screams breakfast, lunch, dinner, subject style layout, teacher, modified teacher layout. And these kinds of layouts I love for functionality. If you have multiple things going at once and you like to separate your tasks by type. So it is a vertical planner. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, but notice you have these little splits here. You can acknowledge them or you can color them in or decorate them or put washi tape over them if you want. But I think that adding little headers here is the best way to do it. So I would have like this top box be for today. So appointments and things that are happening today, exclusive to today. This next section you could label maybe with your kids' names, and it's your kids' schedule. And then here you could put work and then your work tasks and then maybe a cleaning schedule or like dinner plans down here. So she's created some structure for you to be able to divvy out your to-dos, your appointments, your tasks based on subject area. And I think that is a really nice layout to play with. You might not want to buy a whole planner in this layout, might be overwhelming. So getting the Robin Weekly and being able to test it for a week is such a great option. And then if you decide it's not for you, you just turn the page and you get to try something else. And in this case, Bujo style graph grid, super fun with the banners. I think this is so pretty. We have Monday through Wednesday, Thursday through Sunday. We've got a this week box up here. Again, like these are things that you can doodle in. I should stop saying doodling because that means, well, doodling. I mean coloring in. You can color this in and make it fun. You can add structure to this if you want to with some bullets and some like subheaders. And it's just a fun way to do a horizontal spread. I think that's so refreshing. And then we get back to something a little bit more clean with a vertical. We're seeing slightly different versions of the same vertical. So in this layout, we have our full length like notes section. We have our Monday through Sunday to-do, notes, and open dot grid. We've seen this already in a different font type, I think. So by this point, you will know, here we go, this one. So very similar, but softer, right? We don't have lines. We don't have extra lines, but the, I guess I should put this here. The layout is very similar. So she's got to have hundreds of layouts at this point with all of these little changes, because someone might be like, I like this, but I don't like the lines. Okay, well, here's the same layout without the lines. I love that we can try them all and find something that works for us. Let's keep going. Again, just fun, different way of planning with the Fobonichi style, where we've got our horizontal weeks on one side or days on one side, Monday through Sunday. Then we have a to-do box and week of. You also have an extra margin here that you can add lines to if you want to. You could add maybe memory keeping pictures or like journaling things or a quote, something like that. And then you can add some bullet lists here for your to-dos. Totally different style layout here with the images that you can color in. All right, we are going back to this guy, which I think was where we started, right? Is this what we started with? Or no, we're just looking at a similar font with like deco. But this one didn't have the to-do and notes. So, oh wait, now I'm getting them mixed up. I need to put this back down. The original one that we saw did have to-do and notes. This one is just another vertical view with the graph print on the days of the week. This is one of my favorites, I think, just because it's so clean and still has structure, so I'm not writing super crooked. Now we have another horizontal view. This is with grid. So this is like the original that we saw that was blank. It's got grid this time, and we've got a fancy script font just to make it look cutesy, and our box up at the top for this week. We have our subject style layout again, but our font has changed up at the top. Ooh, different style of, very different style. This is a weekly overview layout. So we have graph grid on one side, and then we have like a dashboard for your schedule, events, notes, things to buy, and things to do. I would be very curious to see this as a full planner. Like, very curious. I like that one a lot. We have another vertical view here. No lines, no graph, no dot grid, just nice, simple vertical. We have a this week column and then Monday through Sunday, and really pretty images up at the top that you can color in. So if you are not someone that wants to sticker, but you do love coloring, it's a peaceful and relaxing thing for you. There are so many layouts that LPA has that have this kind of lined artwork style, or this bujo style, that you can just color in. You can sit in front of the TV as you're planning, break out some Crayola super tips, and just kind of color in as you go, as you plan. I think that's super fun. This is, I think, a new one for us. We've got the bujo style headers, and we saw that in a horizontal view. Now we see it in a vertical view. So we have Monday through Friday, Saturday and Sunday split, sharing a column, and then we have this week and notes down at the bottom. We have our Fibonacci style reversed with our Monday through Sunday on the right and large graph grid on the left. And that is the Robin Weekly. I will have to put in the description box how many weeks are in it. I want to say it's, can't remember if this is a 3-month planner or a 6-month planner. So what's cool about going the insert route for your 2026 planner situation is you can mix and match different inserts. So you could do this for however long it runs for, 3 months or 6 months, probably 3 months. Did we have 12 layouts? I can't remember. But you can run with this, and then once you decide which layout of all of these you like the most, you can then purchase that layout and have that be for the next 6 months or however long she has them run for. I think that C013 is the item number. So if you are looking for this collection of undated weeklies that you can try, the sampler, then look for C013. While we're here, let's do the weekly medley 2.0, which is a blackout version of what we just saw. So if you are someone that wants to play around with blackout, which just means using gel pens, my favorite white gel pen is the Uniball Signo. Such a good, juicy white pen. You can use this guy on your blackout paper. Let's see what layouts hold for us in the weekly medley. This one, the item number is XC013. So just like the previous one, C013 with an M. XC013M. M as in medley. Okay, so let's take a look at the blackout version. Ooh. The blackout version's different, and maybe it's a 2.0, meaning the layouts are different. I don't know. I don't remember seeing this in a white version. So here is our first layout. This is a dashboard planner. So we've got a note section Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then we've got 3 different sections here. A graph section. We've got really lightly, let me see if I can lift this up. We do have a third of this with vertical lines here That is really nice. So you can split things up the way that you want. We have a vertical with gold. Oh my goodness. Ooh la la. So this pen comes in a gold, metallic gold ink, and you could use gold. You could have a gold pen week and change things out. The other thing you could do if you are, well, this might be a little wonky, but you could mix and match the black paper with the white paper. The only catch is you would, every other week, right, would have a mix of layouts, and you'd have to figure out how to collate them properly so that you have all of the days that you need. And you might have, one's going to be white, one's going to be black, but you could mix and match these as well. So this layout we have seen, it's a vertical. There's no formatting inside, just Monday through Sunday and your long list for the week. Then we have our lined vertical with white ink. Very pretty, Monday through Sunday, and our notes page. This is, excuse me, different layout. Have not seen this before. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday are split. We have solid for the day, and then we also have lines, a section of lines with a split for check marks. That's cool. And then we have Wednesday and Thursday with your check marks. Then Friday, Saturday, and Sunday get full length view. Very interesting. I wonder if at some point somebody requested collapse Monday through Thursday and then larger Friday through Sundays, because you don't typically see a layout like this. So if you're one of the rare folks that has been looking for something like that, it does exist, and LPA has it. So these layouts are a little bit different. Here we have our horizontal view with grid, but with the gold font or gold print. Then we go back to our white print. I like the white print better. It just pops so well on the black paper. Vertical view with our graph grid. We have our subject style layout, teacher layout, whatever you want to call it, for Monday through Sunday, and then our 4 different categories. Then we have gold, Faubonachi style, Monday through Sunday on the right side and graph grid on the other. We've seen this layout from the other medley, Monday through Sunday, to-dos, notes, dot grid, and then your long vertical view over here. Oh, this is different. Oh, let me look at this for a second. This is an hourly layout. None of the ones in the weekly medley have had the hourly. So we have hourly time blocking from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m., but we also have extra lines up at the top and extra lines down at the bottom. So you could just write like morning routine and evening routine. And she spaced it out so you've got half-hour increments, which I love. I'm very much pro half-hour increments on an hourly schedule. Can you guys see this? Maybe I should lift this up so you can see it. Oh, you can see it pretty well, actually. But there you can see your hourly. Ooh, I kind of like that one. We have a this week column and a space for habits. Another kind of Faubonachi style, but instead of graph, we have dot grid on the left, and then Monday through Sunday on the right. Pretty script writing there for the days of the week. This is super structured for a vertical view. So we have a to-do list. We've got Monday through Sunday, top 3 priorities at the top, graph grid, and then we've got 2 open dot grid sections down at the bottom, all in gold ink. Then we have another kind of Faubonachi with the Monday through Sunday on the right, but this graph page on the left has more structure. So we have top priorities, gratitude, to buy, and to do. Vertical view here, lined vertical, and I don't think this one does very faintly have hourly time blocking if you want to use it that way. Very faint, and it goes from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. I probably wouldn't choose this layout for hourly time blocking because it's so faint. I mean, you could barely notice it, but I will lift this up. Can you guys see the numbers? Like there's a 2 right there. There's a 12. Very, very faint. So I think the point there is I guess giving you the option to use it as an hourly or put things on your vertical view where they happen contextually in the day without the hourly being such a big call out. We have a nice long to-do list here, to-do, notes, and dot grid on the right page. Man, it's so fun changing layouts every week. Here is another vertical view with dot grid. It's got that typewriter font that I really like with the gold ink. A little bit more whimsical on this one with kind of doodly boxes. Nice long this week column, Monday through Sunday, your to-do, your notes, and your grid. We have the subject style layout again with our fancy script. Ooh, this is different. Another vertical view with some different configurations. So we've got a column here lined for to-dos or stuff going on this week. You have Monday through Sunday, and then underneath it, you've got a space for, let me check this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 lines below it. This could be priorities. This could be maybe you're logging breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, like food stuff here. And then we have 4 boxes down at the bottom with an open space for your header, however you want to label it, and then lines in each box. And then, oh, genius. Hold on. Did she give us this in the weekly medley? No, that would have been helpful. So the weekly medley in the white version did not have this, but oh my gosh, look how helpful this is. So what I'm going to have you do is, if you're interested in any of these layouts, you can ignore the fact that they're on Blackout. Maybe you don't want them on Blackout, but if you liked any of these layouts, we have the page layouts by name and SKU. And I'm just going to hold this here. And look, you can find all these layouts in both Blackout style and on white paper. And then you just search for the SKU. So there is all of the SKUs for what we just flipped through. You know, I should have kept this handy as we were flipping through so you could see it. I don't want to do this over again just to respect your time. But, and I wonder if these colors are just to differentiate or if they represent the ones that actually have gold on them. I don't know, but look, the queen bee. So there is a corresponding weekly that goes with the monthly that I picked out. So screenshot this and go back through and count the page numbers, find the one that you like, and then you can find the corresponding SKU right there. So that is my kind of overview of Lights Planner Action. I wholeheartedly recommend that if you're on the fence about a planner and you want to be able to try a bunch of different things just to help with your indecision, inserts is the way to go. And if you can shop small and get your inserts at LPA, I think that is the best option. Again, she has like all the things, you guys. She's got ring bound sizes, traveler's notebook sizes, disc bound sizes, and she has coil planners. You can get these printed and shipped to you like what I have, or you can have them as printables where you print them off yourself. You can get them on white paper or Blackout paper. When it comes to sizes, she has a ton. Let's see, 15 popular planner sizes. That's crazy. So crazy. And if you're someone that likes a traveler's notebook, like a staple bound situation, she's got that in pocket, A6 personal, B6 half sheet. That is just, there's a lot. There's a lot that she has. So I would recommend you checking her out. I will leave her shop link down in the description box. It's not an affiliate link or anything. But I do want to encourage folks to shop small, especially these small businesses that are printing and shipping their own planners. Like I want to encourage folks to check them out, especially when the layouts are really unique. She's got things that we just don't see in the planner space. We just don't. She has hundreds of different designs, and the way that you can pick up like medleys like this medleys, and try multiple layouts in one planner. That's really cool. And that is one of the things that's unique about shopping small. These small businesses can play around. They're not mass producing these things. She prints and binds every planner herself. It's insane. So, yeah, if you have any questions, leave them down below. But most importantly, I would go directly to Light's Planner Action because I know that could not possibly cover all of the information that she has. So check her out on Instagram, check her out on, I think she's got a YouTube channel, and of course her website, which is lightsplaneraction.co. And, you know, you can leave her questions. If you need help finding a layout, I'm sure she'd be happy to help you out with that as well. So that is all I have for you guys today. And I hope that I introduced a new planner shop to you, just to confuse you a little bit, you know, mix things up for your 2026 planner lineup. I also want to add one more thing. She does the planners, right? But she also has memory keeping spreads, journaling spreads, creative play, functional spreads. She's got all different types of layouts. And I have shown her on my channel before. I shared kind of a mix of items. I can leave that video linked in the description box. One of the things I want to highlight, because JoJo's Pretty Paper Shop, JoJo, is a good friend of mine, and she recently collaborated with Light's Planner Action to create a washi art book. I talk about washi art books in that last Light's Planner Action video, but essentially it is, think of a coloring book that you use washi instead of pens with. So all of the illustrations in the JoJo's Pretty Paper Shop collab are simple illustrations that JoJo designed, and then Bess is the one that is printing them out and distributing them. So if you want to do kind of a fun small shop collab creative play moment, or you want to gift something like that to a friend, definitely check out the washi art book. That is the collab between the two of them. All right, friends, come hang out with me over on Instagram. My handle is The Joyful Sojourn. And if you want to hang out with me again, I sure hope that you do. Please consider subscribing to my channel. Until next time, friends, God bless you. God bless you and keep you do something creative today. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye.